1, 2, 3. Sitting here in my problem. What am I gonna do now? Am I gonna make it? Some way, somehow.
Met Greenpeace en Klimactie en EcoCot een flashmob tegen kernenergie. Want het zit zo, er zijn scheurtjes in Doel. En Doel, de kerncentrales in Doel behoren tot de oudste kerncentrales in de wereld. En we willen gewoon het risico niet lopen om een kernramp mee te maken zoals hier in Fukushima is gebeurd.
De miserie voor duizenden mensen in Fukushima, maar ook in Tsjernobyl, bijna 30 jaar geleden, bestaat de dag van vandaag nog altijd. Die miserie is nog altijd niet gedaan. Duizenden gezinnen zijn ontheemd, kunnen nog altijd niet terug naar hun oorspronkelijke woonplaats. Antwerpen, de plaats waar wij hier nu zijn, bevindt zich op amper 12 kilometer. 12 kilometer van 4 grote nucleaire reactoren.
Hydrogen pressure due to hydrogen molecules builds up and will blister the steel, cause these flakes to grow. You know, I've done the calculation and you get numbers like 1 million atmospheres. My advice is that all reactor operators, under the guidance of their regulatory commissions or agencies, wherever they are, should be required to do an ultrasonic survey of the pressure vessels. It could be very severe, yes. You know, the fracture of a pressure vessel, loss of coolant accident.
3 reasons why we should stop using nuclear energy. 1. Nuclear weapons proliferation. Nuclear technology made a violent entrance onto the world stage. Just 1 year after the world's first ever nuclear test explosion in 1944, 2 large cities were destroyed by just 2 single bombs. After that, reactor technology slowly evolved as a means of generating electricity, but it's always been intimately connected with nuclear weapons technology. It's nearly impossible to develop nuclear weapons without access to reactor technology. In fact, the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty serves the purpose of spreading nuclear reactor technology without spreading nuclear weapons with limited success. In 40 years, 5 countries have developed their own weapons with the help of reactor technology. The fact of the matter is that it can be very hard to distinguish a covert nuclear weapons program from the peaceful use of nuclear energy. In the 1970s, the big nuclear powers were happily selling peaceful technology to smaller countries, which then developed weapons of their own. The road to deadly nuclear weapons is always paved with peaceful reactors. 2. Nuclear waste and pollution. Spent nuclear fuel is not only radioactive, but also contains extremely poisonous chemical elements like plutonium. It loses its harmfulness only slowly over several tens of thousands of years. And there is also a process called reprocessing, which means the extraction of plutonium from spent nuclear fuel. It can be used for 2 purposes, to build nuclear weapons or to use it as new fuel. But hardly any of it is used as fuel because we don't have the right kind of reactors for that. A milligram will kill you, a few kilograms make an atomic bomb, and even an inconspicuous country like Germany literally has tons of the stuff just lying around because reprocessing sounded like a good idea decades ago. And where will all the waste go? After dumping it into the ocean was forbidden, we've tried to bury it, but we can't find a place where it will definitely stay secure for tens of thousands of years. Over 30 countries operate nearly 400 reactors, managing several hundred thousands of tons of nuclear waste, and only 1 is currently serious about opening a permanent civilian waste storage, tiny Finland. 3. Accidents and disasters. Over 60 years of nuclear power usage, there have been 7 major accidents in reactors or facilities dealing with nuclear waste. 3 of those were mostly contained, but 4 of them released significant amounts of radioactivity into the environment. In 1957, 1987 and 2011, large areas of land in Russia, Ukraine and Japan were rendered unfit for human habitation for decades to come. The number of deaths is highly disputed, but probably lies in the thousands. These disasters happened with nuclear reactors of very different types in very different countries and several decades apart. Looking at the numbers, we may as well ask ourselves, are 10% of the world's energy supply worth a devastating disaster every 30 years? Would 30% be worth another Fukushima or Chernobyl somewhere on Earth every 10 years? What area would have to be contaminated so we say no more? Where is the line? So, should we use nuclear energy? The risks may outweigh the benefits, and maybe we should stop looking into this direction and drop this technology for good.
I love the mountains, I love the rolling hills, I love the flowers, I love the daffodils, I love the fireside when the lights are low. Boom-de-yada, 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 boom. I love the ocean, I love the open sea, I love the forest, I love the bummer place, I love the stars above when night turns into day. Boom-de-yada, 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 boom. I love the sunshine, I love the butterflies, I love the wind blow, I love the river flow, I love the city lights when the moon is high. I love the daisies, I love the sugar beets, I love the meadows, I love the summer breeze, I love to walk on by my head up in the sky. Boom-de-yada, 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 boom-de-yada.
Governments will only go as far as the population demands, and that means mass protest on an unprecedented scale. Direct action like this is essential if you're going to turn an issue round in a short period of time. We've found that many, many times in the past, from the suffragettes onwards. The very fact that the crisis is taking place within our generation, it's happening right now, means that we are tremendously powerful people. So this position of despair and I can't do anything and there's no point is completely illogical. It's exactly the opposite.
That's okay, 'cause I'm gonna make